You're about to listen to TADPOG. Tyler and Dave play old games. It's a comedy video game podcast. We would like to stress that the hosts are not experts and are really just very crass commentators. Seriously, this is an explicit podcast that happens to talk about video games sometimes. So please enjoy this pretty okay podcast with Tyler and Dave.
Hello, Internet, and welcome to yet again another. We've
Can't stop us.
Yeah.
Can't stop, won't stop.
500 plus. Yet another
550,
TADPOG.
just about.
550.
This might be five. I don't know. I don't know what
Maybe it's
episode number this
550,
is.
but it's like,
I don't know.
I know it's over 500. It's well over. It's almost in the mid 500s.
You keep doing the intro. I'll do the research on this, okay?
So, Internet, hello. How are you?
Not prepared, yes?
I'm well.
Don't worry, we got a really good stinger already in the can ready for you.
Neither Dave nor I have coronavirus, so we're okay.
I did not take my temperature today, so...
You can use my thermometer in there. That won't be dumb.
My doctor says I can only take my temperature rectally. Is that going to be a problem?
That's how I intended to share it.
555. This is episode 555. 555.
Damn, all right.
It's like if we want to summon a lesser demon.
This is our $5 footlong of episodes.
This is. We got our special guest, Jared, here with us today. I tweeted it out. People didn't seem happy about it. I don't get it. I don't understand.
No one was into us.
Yeah, did he get into trouble or something?
He just asked us how many kids we had, and we told him and sent pictures, and he's like, yeah, I'm in.
He seemed very on board.
I was like, I'm not a great guy. This is really love kids.
Wow.
Man.
Such an inspiring weight loss story, too.
I mean, sandwich. I remember listening to a crap podcast about him where it was just like all he had to do was not get fat. That's it.
Yeah.
And no one can avoid that train for very long, even if there are millions of dollars on the line.
Yeah. It's like a psychological thing they were saying on that podcast, I think.
Yeah.
That's an old one, man.
It is a very old one. That's how long it's been since I've really listened to Cracked Podcast.
That's how long it's been since Cracked Podcast has been good. Oh, shots fired, Cracked. Come at me. Just kidding. Don't come at me.
I loved it for a long time.
Oh, yeah, me too.
But then it was like, I just got tired of like, hey, everything is awful and anything that you think is good is actually awful.
Yeah.
It's just, it's the everything's actually awful podcast.
Yeah. No, it did get that way for a while. It might be very good now. I don't know. But I did definitely stop listening when it was, I know that period you're talking about.
Yep.
Yeah. Where it was just like.
This is interesting, but man.
Man, I feel guilty and bad after listening to this for 2 hours every week.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And the horrible audio when that one guy comes on every other episode, do every episode.
Yeah. I can't remember his David Pargin, I think. I like him.
It's like,
I do.
Buy him if you're going to have him on this much, buy him a mic and shit.
But I agree. His audio quality was bad. I like him, but like, yes, he would always like call in from like 1978 or something. And it's like, he's obviously a very intelligent guy, but he would talk like at length with that bad audio quality.
Oh, yeah.
So like, okay, I mean, all right. But anyway, here we are. We can punch up. Cracked is way better than us, right?
Yep,
so we can punch
way
up.
Bigger. So we
so
can do that.
it's all good. We're fine. Jared, on the other hand, we fucked up.
Yeah, it's punching down.
I feel
or is it? He's in jail, but still a lot richer than us.
Yeah, he definitely has the notoriety that we don't have. So we either need to sell sandwiches. I'm not going to explore the other avenue.
All right, let's see how I put Jared in the show notes.
Yeah. Hey, put it on the whiteboard. How can we be as famous as Jared? Question mark.
He steps up fame. Bottom. Jared?
Question mark. Yeah. Jared fucked up pretty bad, didn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, he fucked up pretty bad.
Yeah.
Fucked up pretty bad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, if you're famous, like, even if you're famous for just like eating a bunch of sandwiches, like there's still a critical eye on you. So don't download child pornography.
But even like not like really even that much of an eye. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like, I don't know.
There's more of an eye on him than like most people. Even still.
Do you know the story? Like, do you know the story? Like, was he like, is that a thing that he like got introduced into like after he became famous? Like he got a big head. He's like, I'm a big enough guy. I can probably watch kids fuck.
I can fuck kids.
I can get away with that.
Nothing's happened to Harvey Weinstein yet. I can fuck kids.
Now, Harvey Weinstein did not fuck kids, right?
Probably not.
Probably not.
I don't know.
All right. Okay. Look, who really knows who fucks kids and who doesn't is what we're trying to say.
That's true.
Did we mention we're a not safe for work podcast? Doesn't matter. No one's working. So
yeah, that's true. Listen to it wherever you want. Just have your phone turned all the way up going down the grocery store.
Fine.
Everybody has to stay 6 feet away.
It's fine. You're grown, right? This works out for everybody.
This is America.
Yeah, this works out for everybody. Hey, look, we're not saying fucking kids is good. It's bad.
Oh yeah, TADPOG on record.
Yeah,
pedophilia.
Yeah, bad. It's a bad thing. Don't do it.
We're the ones brave enough for saying pedophilia is bad.
Look, you say that, you joke, but name another podcast that you have heard where they've outwardly said pedophilia is bad.
Yeah, I don't know how Experience Grind feels about pedophilia. They've never mentioned it.
I don't know that I've ever heard Cracked say anything that it's bad.
True. Get back to his Experience Guide on Nerdy Thursday. What your stance on pedophilia is.
This is a listen test. We'll know if in their next episodes they're like, right out the front, we'll let you guys know that we think that pedophilia is bad.
Oh, man.
So, Tyler, how are you doing?
I'm pretty good.
We're energetic today.
I know.
I'm in a good mood, man.
I feel like I haven't seen you in a while.
I know. It has been a week. It has been a week. Which is normally how it is. But for whatever reason,
it does feel longer.
It does feel longer, and I think it's because that I can count on one hand the number of people that I have seen in this week. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like there's definitely that. It's like where I was talking on the last episode about walking around the neighborhood doing the meerkat thing. It's like that, but like intensified. Where it's like, I know this one. Hey! It's this one.
Remember when we played Super Scope?
I know this guy, and I'm pretty sure I have a good idea how he feels about pedophilia, but I'm going to test it.
You need to make sure.
Yeah, I'm going to put that to the test on this episode. And I'm in a good mood.
Yeah. What's going on with you this week?
My plumbing works again.
Hell, that's a very good thing.
It broke again, and it worked again. I was taking a shower yesterday. Well, the reason I'm in a good mood is because I was in such a bad mood yesterday. Because I put off showering. I love a shower, you know?
Was it good? Oh, I figured it's because you had to stream power moves for a while.
Oh, no. I showered I got half a shower in before power moves.
Okay.
So I took my shower yesterday, and it was later in the day. Pretty much just because I was being lazy. But like playing some Animal Crossing. Boy, let me tell you. Animal Crossing. Yeah. Good game. Pick it up. If you have a Switch. It's not worth paying $600 for a Switch right now, but if you have a Switch,
I did go around because I was going to get a second one for the girls because they fight over it. I was like, well,
I got one in my bag right now. You can have for $600. I'll make you a deal. $500. You can have this one that I have on. You can have it right now.
Record and all.
You're right. But man, if you've got a Switch, Animal Crossing, dude, it is fucking. It is. I want to know what the sales are like on Animal Crossing because like it came out at like the perfect time because it's like the real world shut down, but we do have this fantasy world where you do chores.
Where everything's good,
right?
No one's gonna hurt you.
Nope.
You just go to work and be a good boy.
No, the worst thing that could possibly happen is a ram dressed up like a clown moves into your neighborhood, which absolutely happened to Tommy Tuba. Only I can call him that. I went to his island today. And was like, because sometimes you can visit other houses, right? And if they're working on something inside, you can be like, yo, man, what are you building? And they're like, I'll tell you what I'm building. It's a thing that you never, ever want to put in your house. But do you want the recipe? And you're like, yep. And then they give you the recipe. And now you can build that thing if you want it. I went into one of the houses on Tommy Tuba, only I can call him that, his island. And like, I walked in and it was this fucking hellish, like, there were like giant crescent moons inside of there and like a big blue like sky wallpaper. And there was a ram with like clown makeup on and his horns were all like multicolored. And he was not working on something, so I left immediately. Because if you talk to an animal on someone else's island, there is a chance that they will want to move to your island.
Nope.
And I was like, fuck no. No. This is the worst neighbor in the game. Not doing it. So anyway, I played a lot of Animal Crossing, and I got in the shower. And I'm washing my body, and I'm like, okay, body's all washed. And I start on the hair, right? So I get like...
You go body first, then hair.
I do. I know in Seinfeld, it's like Kramer's whole thing is like do the hair first, but it's like my hair is so like weird that like...
That's not... Your hand gesture is like, what's he going to say?
Yeah, it's weird because it's like if I use shampoo, I can't use shampoo every day. Because if I use shampoo every day, it gets like super dry and like puffy. So I use conditioner pretty much like every other day, and then I'll use like shampoo like, I don't know, once a week. I don't really use the conditioner so my hair doesn't like smell super bad. But like if I wash my hair like more than like twice a week is really pushing it. Because it's like, it gets all kinds of, it gets weird, man. It gets really weird. So anyway, I wash the body, and I wet my hair, and I get my hair like half wet, and I look down, and I'm like, oh man, that's weird. The tub's not draining. So, sometimes that happens. Yeah. So it's like, okay, probably clogged or something. There's hair or something in there, and I'm like, we'll get some Drano or something, it'll be fine. And then, so I continue to wash my hair. I'm like, okay, that's good. I rinse it out, wet my face to wash my face. I know you're not supposed to wash your face in the shower, but I totally do that.
Why aren't you supposed to wash your face in the shower?
Because, like, the shower water is, like, hot, and you're not supposed to use, like, hot water on your face. But I use hot shower water. I take, like, a scalding shower.
Because
like,
you're a man. Yeah.
I crank that shit. Well, I don't know. It could go either way. Because it's like, I also feel like men also, like, they don't do warm. They do, like, burn your skin off your body.
It's not a shower unless you're red when you get out.
Right. Or, like, my dad would do military showers where it was like he would do cold water, get his body wet, everything wet, turn the water off, lather up, everything, turn the cold water on, rinse off, turn it off, he's done. I feel like that's the manly way to take a shower.
Okay.
I'm going a little luxurious, like, this is fucking great. I'm burning all my skin off.
The metrosexual shower.
Yeah, totally. You know, yeah. How do you think I keep this hairless
it's super
body?
hot, so you're still tough, but, like, you're also enjoying it, so it's metrosexual.
Totally enjoying it. And if I could make it any hotter, I would. Like, I've got it on the, like, it's to the extreme. And if it's not on the extreme,
my hot water heater calls me like Ness's dad. Like, it's worried about me.
Hey, are you okay?
You all right in there?
Do you think you need a break? Right. Yeah, it is. And if it's down like just even one notch, I check it because I'm like, what the fuck's wrong? Is it not hot enough? It's like, it's not all the way over. So I look down, I rinse, so my hair's done. I wet my face and I look down, and it's like this, like if you can imagine gray ink is coming up out of the drain, and it's like, fuck, I need to get out of here because I'm standing in gray water. So I get out and then like dry off, and then later confuse the hell out of Henry because I washed my feet with alcohol. Because it was like the way it turned out is we could not use our bathroom yesterday, like at all. Like we called the plumber out, which sucked, and he gave us shit because it was Sunday, and it's like, look, dude, we can't like wash our hands, we can't because like our kitchen sink is tied into our bathroom sink. It's like we can't shower. Nikki's got work. And he's like, well, you're the fourth people today. And it's like, well.
Man, I'm sorry you have so much money. God, we're assholes giving you like extra money for a Sunday.
Yeah, exactly. And on top of that, we are paying a crazy service
If you just really don't want it, you can say no, man.
We'll call the next person down the line. It'll be okay.
Somebody will not give us shit about taking our money.
So it's like, and it's one thing if you say it like when you're off the phone, right? Where it's like, God damn it. Like another one, it's like all I want to do is masturbate in the den, and these motherfuckers keep calling me.
Masturbation Sunday.
Right. I didn't do it on Easter. I've been saving it all up for this Sunday. It's the third coming.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So, man, Nikki was trying to fix it because we've got like a a drain snake, right? And she's trying, and it's like, I'm telling her, this is before we called the plumber. I'm like, look, I don't mean to be like negative here, but there is no possible way that you're fixing this. Like, there's no way, dude. It's like gray water's coming up to the tub. I don't think snaking the drain's gonna work, you know? Like, I mean, sure, obviously there's a clog, but I mean, it's like shit is coming back into our bathroom. I don't think that's we could do this ourselves kind of thing.
When mine did that, it was the right as the pipe went into the septic tank. So, like, that's where the clog was.
Yeah.
It's like far beyond anything we could have gotten to.
Yeah, this was bad, man. They came out today, which is Monday. We're recording this on Monday. And first thing in the morning, which was fantastic, because I was worried. I was worried they weren't going to come out until late, or they weren't even going to come out, and we were going to have to, like, make arrangements. Because last night I called my mom, and I was like, hey, I'm really sorry. I know, like, coronavirus and everything, but, like, Nikki has got to take a shower because she has work tomorrow.
This bitch smells. She got to take a shower.
She does smell. She does smell because she's been trying to snake a drain
all right,
for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Well, it's like,
all right.
And so, like, she's like, I don't want her to touch me because it's like, you're covered in fucking shit. Like, and it's like, I'm not going to do it because I know it's not going to work, but knock yourself out. It makes her feel better to try, you know?
Yeah.
I'm beyond that. It's like, I've given up. It's like, just call somebody and let's fucking pay them and fix it. And then we're not, like, stressing out for 2 hours. The only thing we're stressing out about is whether or not they'll come over and fix it. They did this morning. They pulled out, like, man, this mess of pipes.
How did they fix it?
Well, they had to go under the house. And so, like, yesterday, they did come out. And they're like, well, we got a machine that we can run and try to clear it out. That didn't work. And he's like, okay, well, we'll look under the house. And he looked under the house. And he's like, yeah, you got standing water under here. Not good, obviously. And he said, it looks like we're going to have to come. We can't do this today. We're going to have to come out. We're going to have to, like, get under the house. We're going to have to bring pipes. You know, we're going to have to refit this shit. So that's what they did this morning. And for now, everything works well again. This is like the third plumbing emergency that we have had in like 3 months.
Because you were told, like, the first plumber was like, oh, this is done wrong.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And it was like, it is totally done wrong. And like when he pulled out the pipes today, like he pulled out like a mass of pipes. He's like, because when he was done, he's like, hey, I want you to see this.
I'm going level 7 under your house.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, pipe world. So like he spread them all out in the yard. And like, dude, he is like, I don't understand what the fuck is going on. But what I do understand is what looks like in front of me is like just like a mass of writhing snakes, but they're pipes. And he's like, essentially this person did with 9 pipes what you should be able to do with 3 pipes. And it's like, cool, man, is it going to work? And he's like, yeah, you're good.
So hopefully this is solution to all your problems then.
Hopefully it is. I mean, Thank goodness for Trump bucks because like that came in super handy.
That you're the OG plumber for your house, just like, man, I don't want to waste all these pipes. I'm gonna build a little triangle here.
Waste not, what not.
Nothing be wrong. I don't want to have to like return these. I'll never use them again. This is my last house, and I'm retiring from plumbing. I'm gonna use up all my pipes.
Yeah, what we found out, like, dude. Our home inspector fucking sucked real bad. Because like what we found out after the fact was like essentially all the plumbing that was done in the house we moved into, they just did themselves. They just did it themselves. And it's like, which is fine if you are a plumber. I want to stress that. Or know about
you can do your own plumbing if you are also a plumber.
As a treat. You can do your own plumbing as a treat. But like, dude, yeah, it's like, and like a heads up would have been cool. And like, we figured that out like about a year in when we started experiencing plumbing problems. And so we called the previous homeowner and they were like, oh yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. What's the quote? Suckers.
Yeah, right.
Click.
Yeah, exactly.
Before my brother bought the house he's in now, he had put an offer in on a house, another house in that neighborhood, and decided to use the realtor's home inspector.
Okay, the realtor who's selling the house, not his realtor.
Realtor that's selling the house. Okay. Yeah, I know a really good guy. I'll come out here. I'll cut you a deal.
Sure,
we'll get this done. Ryan's like, okay, sure.
Come on down. We'll treat you right.
So when the guy comes down, enormous fellow, very very large fellow, so large
like Gale the Whale.
Yeah, like
wow.
he cannot go under the house.
Okay.
So he sort of just walks around the house, says, yeah, everything's good.
Nope.
So then my dad was like, I'm going to crawl under there.
Yeah.
And it was a nightmare. The house was held up with like old coffee cans.
Oh my God.
And all sorts of terrible shit.
Oh my God. Was it Fallout House?
Pretty much. So Ryan was like, yeah, we're going to pass and never use you for anything ever.
Yeah, really. Yeah, for real. Off mic, you'll have to tell me who the realtor was.
Oh, yeah. I'll have to ask Ryan. I don't remember.
That's another thing where it's like the home inspector's one thing, but if the realtor's like, yeah, I'll do anything to sell this house, then yeah, I don't want that realtor ever. So aside from that, I've been, okay, so a little update on last week when I was hemming and hawing about whether or not to get the Final Fantasy VII remake. Resting Twitch Face was like, would like a $25 gift card on PSN help? Like, would he like help that decision? And I was like, yeah, absolutely.
If you really want me to play it, yeah.
Of course it would. And he was like,
a $5 PSN gift card would help that situation.
I don't know about that. That might have been like, that probably wouldn't have worked. But the ulterior motive was that I stream it. So it's like I streamed that first session and then like, man, I like that game a lot.
Yeah,
like,
it does look really
like
good.
that game a lot. But I have been told, and this is without spoilers, but I have been told, Doc mentioned this to me. He said something along the lines of, I'm curious to hear what you have to say about it when you finish it. And it was like, that seems like that might be a problem, but I don't know because I'm not there yet. Cloud has just crashed through the church ceiling and landed on Aerith's flower bed. Yeah. So that's where I am.
So, I mean, it's going to be like 6 parts, right? So, like,
I've heard all kinds of rumors about how many parts it's going to be. The rumor that I've heard the most is that they're going to do 1 part per disc.
Okay.
But I don't know if that's true or not.
I guess I don't really care about any of the endings besides the final games. So if it ends on a cliffhanger or a sour note, it's like, okay, well, I had fun getting here. Bring on the next one.
Yeah, but what if, here's what I'm thinking, and this is purely speculation, but it's like, what if they change a thing? You know, like, what if they change a thing that is, like, pretty important to the story?
Well, I know right now.
Is this like you're going to do
I don't think it's a spoiler.
No, I don't want to hear it. You can say it. I'll close my ears so that the listeners can hear it. Just say it, I guess. Does it happen before you fall on Aerith's flower bed?
No.
Oh, man. Is it different than I want to know, but I don't want to know.
I don't think it's a spoiler. It's just disappointing.
What is it?
About Red 13?
Oh, no, I don't know anything about that. Don't tell me.
Okay.
All right. I mean, yeah, don't tell me. All I know about Red 13 is that he looked like Chester Cheetah in the trailer.
No, I think it's pretty good. I've always said there's enough Chester Cheetah in Final Fantasy.
And look, I'm not going to lie to you. After all the fucking like instant ramen like product placement in Final Fantasy 15, when I saw Red 13, I was like, is this a Cheetos product tie-in? Is this flaming hot Red 13?
Hell yeah, man. It comes with like all of this Cheetos materia. If you prepay the Red 13 package, you the flaming hot materia.
So I'm enjoying it. I think it's really cool. Mm-hmm. So far, it's like, man, and dude, I am so surprised about like how, like, man, there are a bunch of people who do not like the idea of it at all. Like it being remade.
Of course.
And it is wild, dude. It's wild. Because it's one of those where it's like, don't play it.
Yeah.
Don't play it. If you don't,
if you don't want to tarnish your triangular memories, then don't.
Yeah.
Don't.
But I do get I do understand why would they do that? Like, I get that. Because it's like whenever, like, I don't know, like, a TV show, or like a movie gets rebooted or something that I like had some kind of connection to, I'm always like, they don't need to do that. Like Cowboy Bebop. That's a great example. The Cowboy Bebop live action. I don't want it. You know what I mean? And it's like, if people enjoy it, that's great, but I don't want it. And I might watch it out of morbid curiosity. And hopefully when I do, it's good, you know?
Yeah.
But to me, it's like, it's kind of different because it's like, the fact that Cowboy Bebop is animated is crucial to Cowboy Bebop, in my opinion, because it's like, that's crucial to me. So I can't separate it. You know, I don't like live action remakes. They really, I don't know. I just don't. I don't know, man. I don't need to see.
I like the Disney one so far.
Yeah. I guess I don't know.
If they put that kind of budget behind it, okay.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I liked
Disney's $50 million live action Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah. No, I mean, look, I would watch that. I would watch that for sure. But I don't know. The Lion King was okay. You know what I mean? But the original, like the remake was okay. But it's like the original was definitely, in my opinion, better. And that may be nostalgia. I don't know. But I do think a lot of it is the fact that like all the animals in the remake are like, we are animals and soulless. You know what I mean?
I guess the thing is, like,
they had less soul than real animals have.
I guess to me, something like that is like, here's the chance to enjoy part of this again. Yeah, it's not going to be the same experience.
Sure.
I'm not that age. It's done differently.
Sure.
It's not going to be, but it's another chance for me to enjoy this.
Sure. No, and I get that. I get that. And it's like, but I'm not upset about the Disney remakes, you know what I mean? And it's like, I've enjoyed, like, Beauty and the Beast. I like Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to Mulan. I've never seen animated Mulan. But that Mulan trailer looks great. Like the live action looks great. So
and with Final Fantasy VII, I feel like that's unique in that like the remake is starring all like they've brought the band back together again. Like a lot of the people who were in like helped make their original. Like they brought Nobuo Uematsu back.
Yeah,
like
right.
A lot of the people like so. I feel like that's a critical thing. Like, why aren't Final Fantasies as good as they used to be? Well, it's a completely different team of people than who made Final Fantasy VI.
Yeah, completely different developer.
Of course it's not going to be. This is the same team, now more seasoned with better technology. Yeah. Like, if we're going to have a remake done, this is a pretty good way to do it.
Yeah, and no, absolutely. And I'm glad you say that because it's like, it is true. It like is important to remember that it's like, Square isn't like, they don't have the team that they used to have in the 90s, you know what I mean? And it's like,
we're the same 20 people forever.
Right. But it's like,
no one ever moves on. No one ever dies. We're the same 20 people in the same stage of life. We made this game you love when you were 12.
Right. You slipped into Bernie a little bit.
You can't play a Final Fantasy and expect to get the same experience you had when you were 12. It's not, you fucking grew up, everybody grew up, it's a different world.
But I like it. I think it's good. So far, I'm 12 hours in.
Everyone gets one remake of their choice of something you enjoyed as a kid. Better or worse, you take it for what it is.
12 hours in, I recommend so far. I don't know what you're talking about with Red 13, but I also don't want to know. Also, I'm going to be real with you. Mm-hmm. I don't know what it is, but like, it's Red 13 was never like
or Nanami, as I like to call it.
Oh, right. Ooh. Ooh. Isn't it like an anagram for Anakin?
Probably.
Yeah.
Anakin.
And then like Red 13 is like a Star Wars, like the Red Squadron, like Red 5 and all that.
You lost me.
Yeah, Red 13 is like, from what I understand, like a big Star Wars reference, like a tip to the hat. Like, yes, we know Final Fantasy. We're Star Wars fans. You know what I mean? Because they all like Biggs and Wedge. They're from Star Wars.
And the old floating man is Obi-Wan. Is that what's going on?
The old floating man.
I forget the elder of the village that he's from.
Oh, yeah. No, dude.
They didn't animate him arms or legs. So yeah, I just like, he just floats.
No, pretty much anything with Red 13, I just kind of like, my eyes glazed over and it's like, all right, lion. It's a lion. Just deal with it. Like as much
maybe I'm a lion.
Maybe I'm a lion. So like, that's a joke for just you and me and possibly other fans of the Black Mages. But it's like, Kate Sith gets so much hate.
You better say I loved every character in that game but Kate Sith.
I liked Kate Sith a lot. And the reason I like Kate Sith a lot is because, first of all, weirdest character in the game.
Oh, yeah.
So, first point, weirdest character in the game. Second point, kind of a cat.
Kind of a cat. Kind of a cat. Kind of a Moogle. Kind of a monster.
Yeah. So it's great. More Moogle than man.
Half Moogle, half cat. Right. All monster.
Oh, there we go. And then like the third, Shinra operative. It's like, come on, like this is
that part I do like.
Spoilers.
Spoilers for Final Fantasy VII.
But I mean, it's like, who knows what they do with Kate Sith in the remake? But like, I'm excited to see that, and I don't even know if they get that far.
He could be an android version of the guy who operates him.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Man, that would be neat. Like a
maybe
Krang.
they've switched it. It's actually a Fae named Kate Sith operating a human.
Or maybe
they flipped that shit.
Maybe it's a real cat with a megaphone. Who just goes.
That's what I'm most on board for.
It's just a cat with like one of the vet cones around its collar. So yes, and if it weren't for Animal Crossing, I'd be playing a whole shitload more of the Final Fantasy VII Remake, because like Animal Crossing is a game that I will play in front of Henry. But I will say this about the Final Fantasy Remake: it's like, nope, too many shits, too many dams. It's like, I want Henry to be.
You're not even too sad,
right? So it's like, yeah, it's fine. Also, it's way too many sexy women in the game. So. Don't want him to see sexy women.
Yeah.
Not until he's 6.
That's a special treatment when he's 6.
Look, he already
6-year-old Henry's can see one sexy woman as a treat.
Look, he already goes around the house enough like, my penis hurts. And it's like, is it also big right now? Yeah. Okay. It's like, yeah, that'll happen. And he's like, how do I make it better? And I don't want to tell him the truth.
Well, not for a while, son. Sorry.
Right. It's going to feel bad for like, I don't know, at least 10 years.
Go shut it in the fridge door. I don't know. That might do something.
Yeah, do what I did. Just put it in between couch cushions. Draw naked stick figures and put it between the couch cushions. You'll be fine. How have you been, dude?
Yeah, working and doing a lot of online classes. It's like now that I'm quarantined away from my family. All right,
might as well learn.
I'll do classwork. I finished almost 2 classes last week. So
nice. That's awesome.
Yep, 9 more.
Yeah, I proctored one of your exams.
You did. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Oh, was I not supposed to say that?
No, where you came over like you were supposed to and watched me.
It was great. You did you did. Yeah, you did good. You did good.
Well, the randomizer did choose for us, which is the greatest title for a game ever, Power Moves.
What a generic name.
I had no idea what to expect when you turned it on.
Me neither.
It's a fighting game.
It's a fighting game. Yeah. How about that?
With such powerful moves.
Very powerful. Do you know what the original title of the game was in Japan?
Was it Power Athlete?
Power Athlete.
Also very dumb.
Yeah. It is dumb, but like what's crazy is like in North America, they were like, we cannot call it Power Athlete. What can we call it? Power Moves? Yeah, all right, that'll work.
What the Europeans call it? Or what the Genesis people call it? Deadly moves.
Deadly moves.
Oh, that's too risque.
Too deadly. Too deadly for me.
Too deadly. Because deadly moves, okay, that's better. But man, Power Athlete and Power Moves are fucking bad.
Although I will say that Deadly Moves is absolutely false advertising. Because it's like calling it Deadly Moves implies that it's like violent.
Uh-huh.
And like, obviously, it's a little violent because it's a fighting game. But I mean, there's like no blood in it. Not even in the Genesis version. There are no like fatalities or anything like that. But the box art, I don't know if you've seen. Have you seen the box art?
Not.
Okay, so the Japanese box art, as is typical in the '90s, in my opinion, is very cool. It's like, because it's not like, I don't know. I feel like when games came out in North America, or when they were imported, and when they were localized, they were like, man, we got to make this extreme and radical, and really, we know what kids want. And so like the box art for the Genesis, it's like a dude punching a dude, and when he's punching, it's like blood is spurting out. It's like, okay, that's cool. That's fine. If it were drawn like, it's like drawn like a coloring book or something, so that makes it awful. So it's like the SNES box art is exactly the same, except they recolored the blood. So it looks like a dude is punching another dude, and his face is exploding in water. Like just water's coming out of every pore.
See, it's so, oh my God. It's just like, I watched a video over the weird censorship of Dragon Ball Z in America.
Whoa, okay, yeah, tell me about this.
So, Saban was the one who basically brought Dragon Ball Z over. Dragon Ball Z it's a violent show, especially Dragon Ball Z over Dragon Ball. Dragon Ball is a little more
genital,
fun,
more genital padding,
more yeah,
less violent,
more to do with little kid balls, and then eventually fighting.
Naked children. It's a Jared show.
It's a Jared.
It is a Jared show. Hear me out. Naked kids, submarines.
A little bit of Bulma, but not enough to ruin the Goku balls. So Saban wanted to completely clean up this show, which is dumb, first of all.
Like the violence. Clean up the violence?
Clean up the violence. So, of course, there's no blood or anything like that in it.
Is there blood in the Japanese version?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's incredibly violent.
Oh, wow.
So
watch that version.
But he also had to go so far as to be no references to even death.
What?
So no references to death.
So like people
all.
go to sleep or something? Where it's like, where's Jim? He's sleeping.
Well, if they're killed, they're not saying they're killed. Like, oh no, he went to another dimension.
Ah, I see.
So like he can't. There can't be an implied afterlife. It's just
heaven.
It's another dimension.
Another dimension. I think that's implying afterlife.
Like he just traveled somewhere, another dimension, not heaven or hell, because there have to be dead to go to those dimensions. These are just like other dimensions you go to.
Wouldn't it be great if when you died, you just went to another dimension? You know what I mean? Like they're like, I mean, it would.
I don't like this one gun to your head.
It would suck for like the funeral industry, but I mean, like when you're done, you're just like, well, my body's gonna disappear. I'm gonna wind up somewhere else.
Yeah, you just break it into cubes and you go to another dimension.
That'd also be terrifying to be like, have you seen Tyler for the last 4 weeks? I don't know if he's like just gone on vacation or if he went to another dimension.
And like, there's a scene where Vegeta and Nappa get to Earth, and Nappa is just like shooting helicopters out of the air.
Nappa Auto Parts, right?
Nappa Auto Parts. And like they can't allude to that Nappa is killing all of these people, so he blows up all these planes, and you hear somebody in the background go, "Oh, you see their parachutes? They're fine." Like completely added that.
So that's real. That's not like a Dragon Ball Z abridged or anything.
The worst is whenever Goku in the Japanese version, Goku goes to hell. Because he's dead, he's trying to reach another planet to train, like this, basically where a demigod lives. He has to run on this path, the snake way. If he falls off, well, that's where hell is. He's going to be stuck in hell. So he falls off, but instead of calling it hell, so Saban edits, because there are these two bodybuilders that have in hell that have tank tops and like short, essentially Hans and Franz. They're red and blue, and in Japan,
we're here to pump you full of semen. Welcome to hell.
And because they have hell written across their shirts, because like, I guess that's where we are.
Yeah. Do they put an S in front of it?
Well, the American version, they just scrubbed out parts of the letters, so it's HFIL is on their shirts.
Okay.
And they say, well, welcome to the home for infinite losers.
All right, I got to give them credit. That is actually kind of clever. You know what I mean? Like if it has to be.
Where am I, you guys? You're the home for infinite losers.
Yeah. At my funeral, can you please make sure that someone says, I sure hope he doesn't wind up in the home for infinite losers. And then someone else will be like, did he like Dragon Ball Z? And you can be like, no.
He didn't even believe in the home for infinite losers.
Yeah, right. This is a reference for just no one. You know what I hate about Dave? Always wasting my time with meaningless requests.
He doesn't even believe in that.
I sure hope he enjoys his time in that other dimension.
Oh man, power moves.
There are no like fatalities or anything in power moves. As far as I know, no one dies in power moves. I feel like it's important to say that this game came out in 1992. It was published by Kaneko, and it was developed by System Vision. Are you familiar with System Vision?
I am not.
No one else is either, because it's a red link in Wikipedia, which is always a warning sign.
Yeah.
It's always a warning sign. Because I was like, I want to know what the other games this developer worked on. Unfortunately, I don't have an answer for you. But this game, if you were wondering, did this game come out after Street Fighter 2? The answer to that would be yes, very much so. It came out about a year after Street Fighter 2, and man, it shows that they knew that Street Fighter 2 was a popular game.
Yep. SNES Drunk did a pretty good video on Street Fighter clones.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Does he include?
This was on there. Yeah,
okay, cool. Awesome. No, I have to watch that. I love SNES Drunk. I love the stuff that he does. Great content. Yeah, this is absolutely a Street Fighter 2 clone, but it's worse. And and I know like
it's the third multiplicity clone of Street Fighter. Like,
yeah, right.
So Street Fighter clones itself and its art like Fatal Fury?
Fatal Fight.
Fatal Fight?
No, The Art of Fighting?
No.
Which one are you going for?
Terry Bogard.
That is Fatal Fury.
Fatal Fury, thank you.
You're welcome.
So that's the second of that's the other clone. But then like let's clone the clone.
Yes.
And that's where we get power moves.
Yeah, that is a really good honestly, like that is a very good summary of the game because you know, the big thing about Fatal Fury that they added was the multiple planes, right? Where it's like you can jump, you know, from one plane. I know that sounds not like airplanes, but like, you know, isometric planes, like a foreground, middle ground, background kind of deal. You can switch between those by inputting like a button combination. So they kind of took that idea for power moves, but they were like...
They fucked it up.
They definitely fucked it up. And I'm going to be real with you. I'm not like a huge fan of it in Fatal Fury. But it's way better than it's handled in this game.
Yeah, at least like, oh shit, there's a fireball coming at me. I'm going to jump to the background so this fireball misses me.
Exactly. And you know, when you jump to the background, you know that fireball in the foreground is going to miss you. In this game, you're not locked into foreground, background. There's all this gray area in between.
It's all the meander ground.
Yeah, yeah. Trademark, meander ground, TADPOG 2020. But I mean, it is meander ground. It feels like this is the best way I feel like to describe it. You know, Double Dragon, where it's like a belt scrolling beat 'em up.
Yep.
It's like that. You can move from the foreground to background. You can just like meander. And also like Double Dragon, this game has one punch, one kick, a jump, and a throw. Essentially, it's got like the combat system from Double Dragon, but it's actually less robust because Double Dragon had like, you know, like back elbows and back kicks and stuff like that you could do. You can't do that in this game.
Weapons and shit you can pick up.
Right. This game, and like I'm getting ahead of myself because I was going to say this for the end, but I feel like it is a good way to describe the game. This game feels like the tacked on fighting mode in a beat 'em up game.
Yeah.
It does. I mean, it's just like, that's what it feels like. The story is...
But with like Street Fighter flavor.
With definite strong Street Fighter.
If LaCroix was Street Fighter flavored, it would taste like power moves, like a hint of Street Fighter.
Dude, I don't know.
But it just kind of meanders around your mouth.
I don't know if it's fair to say a hint of, because it is like impossible to play this game and not be like, oh this is a Street Fighter rip-off. Like, for sure.
The main character, Joe Everyman.
Joe Ryu. Essentially. Because like, he looks like if...
What happens if you rearrange the letters in Joe? You get Ryu.
Ryu, of course. Or Anakin. Joe looks like if Scott Baio were cosplaying Ryu. And like... He's got like...
Instead of a shuriken, he has a loblaw. Blah, blah, blah.
He can't fight a lot because he's watching a whole bunch of kids all the time with his friend Buddy. Man, I wish Buddy was in this game. Can we get a Charles in Charge fighting game, please? Finally. Or a Charles
in Charge and Who's the Boss. Yeah, that's Charles in Charge versus Who's the Boss.
You know what? I hope people really enjoy their remakes, but I will never watch that Charles in Charge remake. Not once. Not ever. Not going to happen. I joke, but it's like Fuller House happened. So,
Who's the Boss was in discussions to be brought back.
Who is the boss? Really, was it?
But then the grandmother died, and Tony Danza was like, I'm not
Mona died?
Mona died.
Mona died?
And Tony Danza refused to do it with her.
That makes sense, because, I mean, she seemed old when I was a kid.
Mona was the boss.
So, yeah, she totally was the boss. Man, that's kind of a bummer.
Yeah.
Well, at least she probably never played power moves.
Hopefully. Yeah. Or that's what killed her. I don't know.
Or she's playing it now in the power moves alternate dimension.
I heard Mona from Who's the Boss played power moves and it killed her.
And it did destroyed her. It didn't kill her so much of it just killed her.
Boss powers.
It just killed her will.
There you go. Yeah.
She started questioning, am I the boss? And once you start questioning that, it's pretty much over.
Done, you're done.
Yeah. That's just science. So Joe is Ryu, essentially. Yep. He has, with less moves, because like every fighter in this game has 2 special moves. Just 2 of them. Mm-hmm. Well, I know that in Street Fighter, they didn't have a whole lot of moves, but they pretty much at least had 3. Yeah. You know what I mean? And Joe's like fireball move, like what I really want to do is rip the wave file of Ryu throwing a Hadouken and rip Joe throwing his fireball and like line up in Audacity the waveform because those fuckers are going to be identical.
Yeah.
Like they're going to be identical. He throws a fireball and it sounds like it does on the Super Nintendo.
It sounds like he's like, let's muffle it just like a little bit. Like
yes. Yeah.
Because the only difference that I saw, like it looks like Ryu and Ken are launching that move. Like they are putting their will into it and throwing it.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Joe looks like he's like about to fire a gun and he's never fired one before and he's just kind of scared to do it. It kicks back on him.
Again, Scott Baio. I feel like that's how Scott Baio would do Ryu. That's his take on the character.
He's afraid of his own power.
I want to see Joe versus Dan Hibiki. That's what I want to see. Man, I wonder who would come out on top on that one, actually.
Pretty close.
But in the single-player mode, much like Battle Blaze, remember that fighting game we talked about recently-ish? You can play only as one character in single-player mode, and that is Joe, which is another thing that makes it feel like one of those tacked-on fighting modes to a beat-em-up, because that's typically the case, at least at least in the early games.
Yeah, because they have plenty of other fighters who are start out way, way, way stronger than you.
Yeah, absolutely. And pretty much all these fighters are heavily based on pre-existing Street Fighter II characters.
Oh, yeah.
Except for maybe my favorite, Warren.
Yep.
Warren's portrait looks like, I know I said this on the stream, but I mean it so fucking bad that I need to say it again. Warren looks like if Gary Busey fucked Hulk Hogan. Like, that's what Warren looks like. And he's like, he looks terrified to be there.
And fought in the war and got cut off at the knees.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah, because when you actually see him in the game, outside of his portrait, he is like a regular man from the waist up. And then he has like
the tiniest of legs.
They are so small, and his feet are small too.
So whoever did that, like, oh, let's add one more character. I know a guy who like draws. All right, we'll have him draw something. And like he just hastily threw this character in, didn't check anything. Like, just it's a poorly put together character.
Here's my theory on that, because like as a creative professional working in the creative industry, I imagine this is what happened. They designed that character, and then they were about to publish it, and they designed him as like a normal man, and then someone in the headquarters saw it and was like, he's too tall. He's too tall. You gotta make it.
We don't think he's too tall. Fucking change it.
He's too tall. We gotta ship in a week. Figure it out. He's too tall. It was like, I guess we can fucking
boss. He's too fucking tall. Well, guess what? He is not fucking tall anymore. What's gonna happen?
Yeah, that's my theory.
Cotton Hill, this motherfucker. His feet are going right on his knees.
That is my theory on what happened in there. So the story is, I guess,
character portrait. I'm gonna make him look like the face I make when looking at my fucking dumb boss. That's what I'm gonna do.
So Joe is going around the world fighting all these people, like Warren and Rion, the the only female martial artist in the game, who is honestly not Chun-Li, which I thought was like, okay, they didn't make her Chun-Li. They made
Kasumi from Suikoden.
Yeah, absolutely. They made like a guy with a knife named Nick. They made him Chun-Li. He's got the spinning bird
Nick
kick.
the knife guy.
Yeah. they took like Vega and Chun-Li and like smashed them together, and they're like, Nick.
What kind of name would we give to somebody who was Vega and Chun-Li? Nick.
The guy who played Buddy on Charles in Charge would play Nick. Nick's a total badass though. Nick is like some of the fighters are easier than others. And it's like when you choose who you want to fight, you see their stats, right? You see like their power, their speed, you see their defense, their life, and their jump. Like their jump is an ability. I don't really know how that factors in.
Well, it's a button in this game. So.
Yes, which I fucking hate. I get why it's a button, because if you press up, you move into the background when you're fighting, but like still, it just always feels like clunky. It's like, really? There's a jump button? Unless it's Smash Brothers, I guess. But in that case, I still press up, which I know is a huge no-no in the competitive Smash community, but whatever. So the thing is, like, as you choose who you're going to fight, whether it be Warren or Nick or Rion, when you defeat them, you also have a stat. You have your own stat bars. Joe does, and those increase, like RPG style.
Yep. Cool concept.
It is a cool concept.
I don't know how they do it. Like, you're just grinding fighting.
You can do that.
Over and over.
And that is what I did.
Yep.
Because it's like I found out that Warren was easy, and I fought Warren.
And Warren was the easiest.
He was the easiest, I thought. And I fought Warren over and over and over again.
Who's your trainer? Warren. Warren made me a world champion.
Yeah. It's true. And then once I was like, well, I beat Warren up enough, I guess I'll go try and fight Buo. I guess it was. I can't remember the exact order. But Buo...
The Kabuki Quantum Fighter.
Man, he is my favorite character in the game. And it's because of Kabuki Quantum Fighter.
100%. Like, they stole that from Kabuki Quantum Fighter.
The hair whip, I mean, is an attack in the game. And, and it made me, like, it kind of honestly, like, the fact that he is in the game was really the only, like, the really cool part. Because I love Kabuki Quantum Fighter. Like, I loved that game. And I wanted to play as the Kabuki Quantum Fighter, and I can't in single player mode. I had to play as Joe. I did try to go into versus mode, right? And be like, well, maybe I can set the computer to play as the other character. Because in versus mode, you can choose to play with whoever you want to.
Yeah.
Why the fuck do that? Why in versus mode let you choose whoever you want, but not in one player mode, especially when there's no story and it doesn't matter?
Yeah, because Joe wins and you just get like a show of all the other characters in a beam of light.
Yeah, and they're like, good job. And then credits roll. And it's like, ah, damn it. There is a little bit of a story at the very beginning, but I mean, it is essentially like Joe wants to become the best, so he goes around trying to find people to fight. Sound familiar? So
follow Joe's path and fight Warren 30 to 40 times and then beat the game.
This is Joe's way. So I love the Kabuki Quantum Fighter. What a pushover though, honestly. Like, I mean, it was like, really? Here's the other thing. It's like Kuo, the Kabuki Quantum Fighter, like his stats all seem pretty fucking high. But it's like I got in there.
Health also a stat. Yeah, you can raise your health bar.
Totally. Yeah, because like you start out with like, I don't know, man, maybe like a third of a full health bar. Like that's your maximum health.
Yep.
Which is, I mean, again, that's cool, but in concept. But it's like, it's not cool to fight Warren like 13 times in a row. You know?
Nope.
Like, I don't know. It's not good design. I can respect them wanting to add RPG elements to a fighting game. Yeah. But this was not a good way to do it.
No, have like a training mode. I don't know. Because there are like mini games in it periodically.
Yeah, like the bonus rounds where it's like, you know, in a Street Fighter game where you're like busting the barrels that come at you or something like that.
Beating up a car. Yeah, but instead you're like hitting pads. Like pads light up and you hit them. Yep. Man, I love the stage. I love the background stage for that because it's like this giant golden statue of like a hulking undead samurai or something. It's like, fuck yeah, that's great. In general, I thought the game looked okay. Yeah, it did look okay.
It looked better than average. I felt like it looked better than average, especially for 1992. The only big criticism I had about the way it looked is like the character models sometimes didn't Like they would look good in certain poses and then bad in other poses. And it's like...
Much like us humans.
Yeah, no, very true. Do you think that's what they were going for?
Hopefully.
They were going,
like, we need to make this art imitate life.
Right, exactly. They're like...
Everybody will have their bad angles. How do I do that? Don't draw as well.
What are we trying to say with power moves? That people are imperfect. Correct, Jim. You get a raise. Some of the other characters we talked about, Nick. We definitely need to talk about Baraki.
Yeah, Barack 1.
Barack 1, yes.
Which is how like the Nazis would depict Barack Obama in just the most
proto-Barack.
Yeah. Who is the ripoff of Blanca, but it is a
with Guile's Sonic Boom.
Yeah. We gotta throw him off a little bit.
But he is, yeah, you're right. He is, as far as like appearance and
the racist depiction of an African.
Well, so, I think is that what it is? I thought he was a caveman.
See, I thought he looked like a witch doctor almost, but not quite as like, you don't see any of like the voodoo elements to him. He just looks like a caricature of 1940s uncultured African. Like I thought it was like pretty bad.
I think you're right because I'm looking down here in on Wikipedia and it does say that he is the head of a tribe in Kenya.
Yeah.
Not a caveman. Oops. Yeah. I thought I'm not racist. The game is racist. I just thought he was a caveman.
The game is with this character Baraki. It is it's a racist trope.
He is also the member of a secret organization named Junk.
Do they collect dinosaur bones? Because his background is dinosaurs.
Yeah, the T-Rex doing the sad.
Because you've got one T-Rex.
See, that's why I thought he was a caveman. Yeah, there's like dinosaur bones, and he's wearing like a Captain Caveman outfit without the cape.
See, so my headcanon was like these are dinosaurs that died when the meteor hit. A mother and son separated, and whenever the meteor hit, they got separated from each other.
Land before time.
Exactly. And whenever the son came back and found the mother dead, he just died of a broken heart right there. And that's why his skeleton is still standing up but drooped down like Charlie Brown.
That explains why when you beat Barack 1, he gives you the star leaf. And then you fight Sharptooth. This all makes sense now.
Where's the Land Before Time fighter?
Where is it? I want to know. Even if it was in the Clay Fighter engine, I would play it.
I want all the parents to be in a Primal Rage style.
That's what we need. A Land Before Time Primal Rage ROM hack is what we need. Littlefoot just lifts his leg up and farts across the screen. Sorry, that'd be Spike. He's the farter, clearly.
There you go.
Let's see what other fighters we got. We got Vajnad.
Vajnad.
He is a huge Russian wrestler with onyx skin.
He looks like a stone child from 3.5 D&D.
Yeah, I can see that. Totally. Also, he's Zangief, essentially. But, like, he's Zangief without the throws.
Yeah.
So he's, like, really bad. His stats are, like, crazy high.
Yep.
And I guess it's to offset the fact that he fucking sucks.
Yeah, because you avoided him. Because I watched you play this.
Because he looks scary.
It's like, oh, this dude looks like he might be the final boss.
Yeah, he's made of onyx. He has, like, a giant forehead vein.
Yeah, it looks like a skizzle. Like somebody hit him in the head with an axe and then pulled it out and just stayed. Like
his stats are, like, maxed out. But yeah, you just fight him on a train, kick his ass. It's like, okay. There is Gaoluan.
Oh yeah, the knife thrower.
Yeah, with like the purple vest. He looks like if a dude, like a grown man, was cosplaying as Abu from Aladdin. Yeah, because he's wearing the little vest. He doesn't have the fez, but you put a fez on that man and replace those curved blades with bananas.
If Apu got the Peach's crown and then turned into a human.
Oh, sexy Apu.
Yeah.
All right. And then there's the final boss.
The Thunder Beef himself.
Thunder Beef. Man, one of my favorite things, and this is not a joke, I want to do a video where I just try to figure out what the fighters in this game are saying, because it is impossible. It is impossible to figure out what they're saying. Because, like, you're right. So Rancor is the final boss. And he's
Rancor, not like Rancor, but Rancor is someone who ranks things.
Yeah.
He is a Rancor.
Honestly, that might be how they came up with his name. Where he's like, he's going to see how good you are, Joe. He is the Rancor.
He's the Rancor.
That's horrible. That's probably the truth.
That's my new. That's one of my D&D villains. The Rancor.
He is the American champion.
All get C's.
He's the headmaster. He's the headmaster of power moves.
And he looks like there's even like a little shadow. His portrait looks very strange. Don't actually fight him. There's a little shadow that makes him look like Freddie Mercury.
You nailed it because, like, yeah, you were watching me stream it, and you were like, "Yeah, he looks like Freddie Mercury, like without the mustache. He absolutely looks. Yeah, he absolutely looks like Freddie Mercury."
But there's that move because Dennis was the one who called it. Like it says, like he's going Thunder Beef.
Yeah, and I don't know what he's actually saying.
Because I thought, is it Thunder Queef? No, there's obviously a B in there.
Yeah,
it does have Thunder Beef.
Yeah, so that's it. That's pretty much all the fighters. You fight them, you go around the world fighting them, and then you beat the game on easiest difficulty, and then credits roll.
Yep.
And then that's it.
It's too hard unless you beat someone a whole lot, get your stats up, and then...
Yeah, I mean, maybe I should have not done that. You know what I mean? But, like, you might not have to do it. Like, there may be, like, an order you can go in where it's like you don't have to grind at all, right? Like, you start with Warren and then go to, like, the Kabuki fighter because it's like he looks like a badass, but he's not really.
No.
And then you do the Onyx wrestler, Vajnad, because, again, it's like, okay, whatever. He looks like a badass on paper, much like his country's government.
Well, the good thing about this game was that you blew through it so easily. You got to check out and learn how to play Bassin's Black Bass.
Yeah, since Sandwich Boat Phil was in the stream, since he was in chat, I was like, dude, teach me how to play Bassin's Black Bass. So, because like that is a game I've tried to play before, and like the game like does have a tutorial, but like I couldn't figure it out. So yeah, Phil taught me how to play that game, and I played it for about an hour, which was I'm not ready to talk about it on the show, but I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I mean, and like I'm not gonna lie, like there's like no music in Bassin's Black Bass.
Yeah, no music in fishing. That's
right.
That's a popular thing people say.
Yeah.
No crying in baseball, no music in fishing.
Yeah. And it's weird. Tom Hanks says it too. It's
in Philadelphia.
Yeah. Right. There's no music in fishing because I have AIDS. I think that's a line that he says. Like that would be a.
That's how I got AIDS. I played the trumpet when I was going on a fishing trip.
And then I wish that I was big, and then that pedophilic woman gave me AIDS. Here's all the shrimp I know.
Never have sex with a woman who wants the fucking little kid. A grown woman, she'll give you AIDS.
She got a little Jared in her.
Yeah. She did have someone. She had a little Jared in her.
She did have a little someone in her.
A little Jared is okay if you're a lonely 40-year-old.
Oh. So what did it it's tough, man. That movie's so weird when you like really think about it.
Yeah, it is.
Because she fucked a kid, really.
Yeah.
What that movie is asking you is, what makes an adult an adult? Would you? Is it the body?
It's the same question Marty McFly you asked. Would you fuck your mom
It's the same busted anime trope logic where it's like, yeah, I look like an 8-year-old, but I'm a dragon. I'm like 300. Yeah, I'm 300. I'll take my clothes off. It's fine. Yeah, you can fuck me. It's fine. It's that same busted logic, but just twisted on its side a little bit. So I guess what we're trying to
like
say,
Dragon Ball Z, all the erotica Chandra wrote about Piccolo. Piccolo's 6 in Dragon Ball Z.
Piccolo made a wish at a carnival. That'd be great if that was his backstory. When can we get the big anime
Oh man,
That's what I want. It's like that's a remake. What I want to do is like
I want to take real life and make anime versions of 80s movies.
Flip it. I don't want to go from anime to live action. I want to go to live action North American properties and anime.
I want all of Tom Hanks' 80s movies to be anime.
Please.
The Burbs.
Yes. Fine. I'd watch it. People love The Burbs, but like I've tried to watch it like 3 times and I nope out every time.
The Money Pit.
The Money Pit. Turner and Hooch, of course.
Turner and Hooch would bring it as
of
an
course. Except the dog is actually an attractive 16-year-old who dresses like a dog.
Who Tom Hanks cannot spot it.
Right. Yeah. No one does. Everyone just goes on like everything's normal. You know what I'd like? What I would watch the fuck out of? If they remade Doogie Howser as an anime and released it episode by episode. Just kidding. I wouldn't watch that. And I say that because I know I will get a suggestion where it's like, there's actually an anime that's similar to that. No. No. Neil Patrick Harris has to voice the anime character or I'm out.
Or no deal. No dice. We're going to go Boogie Dowser. No dice. No dice.
That's a fucking porn star name if I've ever heard one.
The heaviest cum shots, Boogie Dowser.
Boogie Dowser. Or he's super gross. Shit, I have to shoot a scene with Boogie Dowser.
That's like the gross side character in all those like sexist 80s movies.
Yes.
Boogie Dowsers who like whenever the sorority girl's fucking her jock boyfriend, he has to take a break. Boogie Dowser gets in there and fucks her, and she loves it even more. And it's okay.
Look, the man produces an unprecedented amount of mucus. He can't help it.
But it's perfect lubricant. Do you have any achievements for this game?
I have a couple achievements that came in from Twitch chat. I've got, let's see. Thanks for everybody who hung out, by the way, in Twitch chat. I try to stream the games that we're going to be talking about on Wednesday episodes. I do those on Sunday at 8:30 Central, American time. American time.
We did have a Brit in there.
I know. I say that because Ross Rachel Green made an appearance. He was up at 4 a.m. to hop in, which was fucking amazing. So thank you for that, Ross. Here are the achievements I've got. Speaking of Ross Rachel Green, the first one's coming in from him. I whip my hair back and forth, which is also absolutely a Kabuki Quantum Fighter achievement. Yep. In order to unlock I whip my hair back and forth, you need to lose to Buo's hair whip attack, which is impossible to do. Next achievement I've got coming in from Coronavirus Savior, Cubicle Monkey.
Hell yeah.
By Grabthar's Hammer. What a savings. And in order to unlock by Grabthar's Hammer, what a savings. When digging through the discount bin at Walmart, pick up this game instead of that overpriced Street Fighter 2 Turbo.
Yep.
Next achievement I've got comes in from Sandwich Pope Phil, and it is DMCA Notice. In order to unlock DMCA Notice, take down, I see what you did there, Phil, and I love it, take down an opponent with one of Joe's fireballs. Because it sounds like notoriously like Hadoken. Next achievement comes in from Laud Mulaney Dennis, bitch, which is Pound That Vag. In order to unlock Pound That Vag, defeat Vagnads with all characters.
Perfect.
And the last achievement I have comes in from Usurper Grim, and that is WR Get, World Record Get. In order to unlock WR Get, finish the game and post a VOD to speedrun.com because the world record is free for the taking. So I guess technically I could post my VOD up on speedrun.com and become the world's fastest.
We should do this for every single game that you play.
Do
just
what?
See.
Just see
like how many
just post it.
I'm the world record speedrunner on 16 Super Nintendo games.
Well, typically someone when I stream like Zalnop or Grim will check to see what the speedrun world record is, because it's like we are playing these games that it's like Power Moves did not move the needle. You know what I mean? Like ask a hardcore gamer if they are familiar with Power Moves, and they might be, but I'm like the chances are like chances are they're probably not gonna be.
Yep.
Like, chances are they're not gonna be. Although, if they're a Giant Bomb fan, they might be, because Sith Toast, Duke Sith Toast William, he informed me that there's a Giant Bomb meme that revolves around Warren.
Okay, that's pretty good.
So it's like, okay, because of that, people might know of power moves. But beyond that, it's like, huh. Do you have any achievements for this game, Tyler?
No. Those are good.
I agree. Those were good. So you can take half of them. There were plenty of them. So half of them are yours. We're set. We're covered. I have some questions for you.
Okay. All right.
I want to know how much you think this game goes for on average. The cartridge. How much does it go for loose?
See, I bet it's like more than you think it'd be because no one bought the Super Street Fighter clone. It's one of those games I think is like bad enough. No one really bought it, so it might be expensive. So I'm gonna shoot the middle and say $15.75.
I like your logic, Tyler. Actual retail value of Power Moves, not to be confused with Power Athlete or Deadly Moves, used loose for the Super Nintendo on average, according to PriceCharting.com, at the time of this recording, is $7.25.
All right.
I was super surprised, man, because I'm with you. I figured, because I feel like I'd never heard of this game, and clearly I'm an expert, even though the disclaimer says otherwise.
You the expert in this game.
That I've never seen this game ever in the wild. You know what I mean? Like, I've never heard anyone talk about it. I figured that this was like a low published game and was probably very expensive.
Yeah.
No, it's $7.25. So my guess is, I don't know the numbers, but my guess is that they were like, Street Fighter 2 is really hot. Kaneko is like, Street Fighter 2 is very hot right now. Let's make a shitload of these and pump them out.
We'll just see. See, maybe one of them will take.
Yeah.
Third thing gets the wall, see what sticks.
Yeah, I don't know. Joe? You guys like Joe? No? How about Nick?
What Jonas Brother are you going to have to take? That's my achievement, the Jonas Brothers.
Hey, I love it.
Beat the game as Joe and Nick.
I have another question for you.
Yes, Dave.
I'd like to play a little game called Where Are They Now? Where are they now? Okay, so obviously we know that System Vision, the developer of Power Moves, is a red link on Wikipedia. So we can just assume that they never really even existed. Now they're in an alternate dimension now.
Oh yeah, that's where you go. They're the home for infinite losers.
They definitely are in the home for infinite losers. So because they're a red link, I want to know, where is Kaneko now, the publisher of Power Moves? Where's Kaneko?
Making pachinko machines.
Making pachinko machines. I'm really glad you said that, because earlier when we were talking about how the developers at Square aren't the developers that were there in the 90s. I always think about that when people complain about Konami. And I get it with the properties, where it's like, yeah, you don't want those properties to die. But, I mean, it's not like the same people are going to work on that stuff. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's kind of like, at what point, I don't know. As long as like a property is being treated with the respect that it deserves, which Final Fantasy VII is.
Absolutely.
Like, which it is. When it gets really hairy is when it's like you have like a development team that is like, does not give a shit about it.
Nope.
Or it doesn't have the same soul as like the original.
Yeah, it'll make money because of the name, so just crank it out.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you this. If they get seat belts to come back for the Cowboy Bebop live action remake,
there you go.
I'll very highly consider it. Also, if it's a live action corgi instead of a CG corgi, yeah, we'll do that too.
Or if it's a girl in a corgi costume and no one says
no one
anything.
notices. But in the live action, she can't be 16 because I'll be very uncomfortable about it. They need to make it very apparent.
She's a dad dog, and she's just typing on the computer.
They need to make it very apparent she's 140 years in dog years.
If you identify a dog, that's how it is.
Kaneko is defunct. They were founded in 1980, and they were defunct in 2007.
Good run.
Yeah, it was a good run. They developed some arcade games, and let's see, I'm going through here.
Nothing good enough to be bought up by a bigger.
They did the arcade version of Bonk's Adventure.
Ooh.
They did in 1989 a game that we absolutely have to check out called DJ Boy.
Yep. But DJ Tanner.
Or DJ Connor.
DJ Connor.
It's actually a rap battle between the two DJs. Let's see. The big one that they are known for is Gal's Panic. Are you familiar with Gal's Panic?
Oh, somebody brought that up in chat.
It was Cthusiast Jeff, I believe. Yeah, where it is essentially a softcore pornography puzzle game. I guess I watched a little bit of. And I don't know why I said that with disdain. I'm fine with softcore pornography. Trust me. It was more the gameplay that I didn't understand. I didn't like that part. I watched it on YouTube and I was like, I don't get it.
Man, I want to jerk off, but God, I gotta solve these puzzles first.
Oh, fuck. They developed Chester Cheetah, Too Cool to Fool.
Oh, all right.
So there's that.
So we're too deep into the Kaneko library.
They developed Socks the Cat, Rocks the Hill.
Oh, we got to get there sometime.
It's unreleased. So we need to do that as a fun one. When we feel like we're drowning in bad randomizer games, we need to give ourselves a bad game that we want to play. That was unreleased, called Socks the Cat, Rocks the Hill. That Socks the Cat? Bill Clinton Socks the Cat? That Socks the Cat.
Whenever Hillary Clinton jumps in and wins the nomination at the last second, that's when we play Socks the Cat.
Do you remember a long, long time ago when we talked about the European mascot Fido Dido?
Vaguely.
They did a Fido Dido game that was unreleased. So there's that. So there is that. I don't see any. They were defunct before, I guess. It was the craze to switch over to pachinko machines.
Yeah. And no big fish. Like, what property of Kaneko's do you want? No, we're good, man. Okay.
Wait, are they the ones who did Kabuki Quantum Fighter? No, that was Human Entertainment.
They ripped that off.
Never mind.
All right, well, let's take this stick and push this dead body down the river. Just let it go out to sea. Bye, Kaneko.
Kaneko is essentially the corpse in Stand By Me. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
I've had a lot of fun today catching up with you and talking about power moves, a name that I almost forgot. This is one where like we're gonna be done talking about this game, and I'm not gonna remember.
We're gonna get this one wrong when Ross asks about it in a question.
Absolutely, he could ask about it on this episode, and I'd probably be like, "What was that game with the
a
race?
game with RPG elements starring Joe?" The fuck?
Why didn't he
Joe and Mac?
Why did he say racist African that Dave confused with a caveman? I'm sorry, the African wasn't racist. He was a racist depiction of a Kenyan. Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
With all that being said, I'm curious to know if you were to give this game a beard that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of beard would it be?
I would give this the fake beard of Jackie Chun. Who Master Roshi disguises himself in a tournament to beat Goku, to just make him want to continue his training and not realize he's hit the pinnacle of martial arts at like age 6.
I'm glad. I'm really, really glad that you mentioned Master Roshi, because it like ties back to the whole Dragon Ball Z thing we were talking about earlier. And he's also the only one who notices that Hooch is actually a 16-year-old girl dressed up like a dog, because that's how he rolls.
Hey, Bum Bum, can I pet your dog? Hey, doggy, look, I've got some peanut butter. Oh, look, I spilled. Oh, come here, doggy. Help me clean up. You know, dogs always eat peanut butter.
Why is this man constantly covered in blood? His beard has red streaks in it.
I'll stop dog set this weekend.
Tyler.
Yes, Dave.
If you were to give this game a pair of glasses that sums up how you feel about it, what kind of glasses would it be?
So in my dad's garage, he has a punching bag.
In my dad's garage, he has a punching bag. I hit it when I'm feeling sad.
Good call. Good reference. I understood that. I understood that reference.
I got my SNES with power moves. I got my Aerosmith grooves.
Flopsy book.
We should do a parody of that called In Pat Contry's Garage. It's going to make us really big. Are you prepared?
Oh, I don't know.
Are you prepared for the fame?
Move over, Weird Al.
We're going to handle it better than Jared. We promise.
People call us the Weird Owls of the SNES.
No one does. No one does call us that.
So Dad has a
We're the weird
punching
pals.
bag that he works out with, and he has like these sort of karate gloves, like not quite boxing gloves, but they're just like training gloves.
All right.
So I give this the glasses my dad wearing reading cheaters while practicing karate on the punching bag in his garage.
All right.
That's about the level that Power Moves is at.
All right.
Randy could be a fighter.
I like that. I would love to see a game where, like, you know how like fighting games like have a whole bunch of like DLC characters and stuff now, like obviously Smash Brothers does, but I would love to see, back to Dragon Ball Z, they also do like DLC characters, like, you know, when I was talking about like young Goku and stuff like that in previous episodes. I want them to do Randy Marsh.
Oh man, that'd be so good.
He is unkillable. Like, he can lose. You can lose, but you have to like run the timeout. Like, you could beat, like, he doesn't really have, he's not really good.
Every time you'd hit him to where his health would go down, he'll just fly back and then be like, I didn't hear no bell. And he gets like a little bit of life back.
Right. Yeah, right.
It has to be a timeout.
Right. Yeah. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I got. That's Power Moves.
Hell yeah.
That's Power Moves.
All right.
I got some other questions for you, though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wait. I guess before we close out Power Moves, Tyler, is this a game that you would recommend to people?
No, absolutely not.
What about fighting game enthusiasts?
No.
What about...
Because they think I was stupid. Well, have you guys played Power Moves?
You know, Street Fighter 2 is pretty good, but I prefer the technical aptitude required for one to play power moves.
Put on my fedora.
You may know it as, you probably know it as Power Athlete.
I like to play games a little differently. It's a little game, you probably never heard of it.
Okay, so that obviously everybody knows that was the DM.
My Power Moves.
That impression was of the DM you had at Dragon Con one year.
Yeah, God, that guy was awful.
Who ran the worst Call of Cthulhu game ever.
Yeah, the guy looked like a nerdy version of Fun Bobby from Friends. And yeah, like he had a room. He had 30 people in his game.
That's a lot of people.
And he had divided it up with like 5 different DMs with 6 players on each table. We were all playing in his world. He was like, we do things a little differently in this D&D. And it was just the fucking worst. The fucking worst. Well, second worst. The worst was the Call of Cthulhu guy who was like...
Oh, that was a different guy. I'm sorry.
The Call of Cthulhu guy was a different guy. He was the worst.
And that was D20 Call of Cthulhu,
D20
right?
Call of Cthulhu.
Which,
this guy just
fan.
wanted a discount for his tickets, so he said he'd run games.
Yeah.
So he ran the shittiest, quickest, fuck you over game.
Yeah.
So he would just get his time allotted done and go do whatever he wanted to do.
Well, see, we've thought about doing the run a game to get in the con for free. We've like talked about doing that scam before where it's like, okay, I'll run a game, all my friends sign up for it. You know what I mean? It's like we'll just play games the whole time.
We'll just keep going with our game we're playing.
Right. And then it's like, oh, we could do that from home, I guess. And not pay $800 for the hotel or whatever.
Because God, this guy, so you go into this house and it's just like people fucking in shit. Make a sanity check. All right, one of the guys runs at you. Everybody make a sanity check.
Did you say people fucking in shit?
People fucking in shit, like in a cesspool, like in shit as soon as you walk in this house. And then it's just every round you're making a sanity check. Every single round for every single thing.
Because you're remembering the things you saw in the cesspit?
That are just, right in front of, Like just so you go crazy as quickly as possible and you're out of the game.
I like to think that you walk in, that's the first thing you see, and as you move through the rest of the house, which is normal, it's completely normal, you just remember details where it's like, oh man, did I also see a dog in there?
Make sanity check,
shit.
I could tell. I kind of figured out what he was doing, and I pissed him off so badly because I ran. I just ran further into the house. And he had like Paul Rudd putting up his tray in Wet Hot American Summer. Like he gets out the book and he's like flipping through it like, all right, there's a room with there's a lady in it. Make a sanity check.
Because you knew he didn't know.
Yeah, he didn't know. Right. He had never had to go beyond like these first few
His goal
rooms.
was to kill you by like room 3.
Yep.
So that he could go to a panel or something.
Yep. So I ran and I kept making good moves. My character eventually, I made it where I ran away. Eventually, he was like, yeah, okay, you get it. You're free. You're done. All right, I'm out of here, you guys. Okay, well, I guess I lived.
I had a really good role-playing experience this past weekend.
Yeah?
Yeah, new system we tried, the Torchbearer group that I'm in. We played a system called Trophy Gold, which is very, very cool. It is a lightweight fantasy role-playing system that is like kind of built around like it's one of those systems where you could take like an old school D&D mod and retrofit it with these rules. Like it's kind of like built around that. It's very, very cool. It's a system where it's like we did all completely random character generation like at the start of the session, which like did not take very long, but it also generated like some pretty like robust characters for like the amount of time that was put into it.
Yeah.
It was very neat. Yeah. Anyway, Trophy Gold.
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring it up because it's like if you like tabletop role playing games, like check it out. And it's like you can find it's in the Creative Commons, so it's like you can find it for free.
Okay, yeah.
And it's a very short read. I mean, it's like essentially I think like 15 pages long, but it's very cool.
I dig it.
There are not people fucking in a cesspit by design, but you could put it in there if you wanted to.
GURPS that shit in. Okay. Cesspool fuck. Next to Cradle of Filth, my favorite metal band.
Speaking of cesspool fuck, I also wouldn't recommend power moves to anybody. Unless you are very...
Anal cunt, Cradle of Filth, and cesspool fuck.
And power moves.
And power moves.
I wouldn't recommend it. Not good. But I will say that according to the Ultimate Nintendo Guide to the SNES Library 1991 through 1998 by Pat Contry, courtesy of Master Mold Mike, this game is rated 1.5 stars.
Okay. That's pretty good. That's I think that is the most accurate I've heard so far.
Power Rangers Zeo Battle Racers 2 stars. Do you still agree?
Yeah, this is 2 stars. This is 1.5. This is better than Power Rangers Zeo.
I agree. I think this is better than Power Rangers Zeo. But I think Power Rangers Zeo was rated too high.
Yeah.
2 stars is too high.
You can
for
flip
Power
those.
Rangers Zeo. Yeah, absolutely. How about Battle Blazers or Battle Blaze? Sorry, the other fighting game that we played with the barbarian and all that.
Yeah.
How do you think? Like, how do you think that?
This is better than Battle Blaze.
See, I agree, but the book disagrees with that. How do you feel? Because I feel like we've done a few fighters recently. If you had to choose between playing Power Moves or Clay Fighter, which one would you choose?
Clay Fighter.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'd go Power Moves.
Yeah.
I think Power Moves is a better fighting game. I think once that novelty of Clay Fighter wears off, it's not fun anymore.
Yeah.
Even though I do think that no, it's Power Moves. Because I was going to say, even though I feel like Clay Fighters has a more robust fighting system, but it really does not. Okay. All right. You've answered all my questions. Thank you.
Okay. Do you have 10 more questions?
I do have 10.
Yeah.
Were you banking on those?
No, I was just hoping they were there.
I was just going to wait until you asked.
Okay.
I do have 10 more questions. We have a quiz here that came in from Prime Inquisitor Ross Rachel Green.
Yeah.
Entitled, you're going to like this reference, Kick, Punch, It's All in the Mind. Ross says, I don't really have a story again this week. I did install Linux on an old laptop to play with, but after 2 days of fucking around trying to get the wireless working, then finally getting it connected and finding that Netflix didn't work, I just reinstalled Windows. Welcome to every experience I've ever had with Linux.
Yeah.
Pretty much. Where it's like, man, it'd be cool to install Linux. I did it. Not all my shit runs, and I really don't want to figure out how to do it. So, okay, back to Windows. Ross continues, I am tired because I decided to come see what all the fuss was about, Tadpog Church. That's the stream on Sunday nights, 8:30 Central American. I did really enjoy it, but now I am a sleepy boy. I'm glad you enjoyed it, Ross. I think I should have just got up at 3 a.m. and powered through, but the prospect of 2 more hours in bed was too tempting. I get it. If you're looking for a suggestion to fill 2 hours, try tugging on it.
Edge it out. Get close. Then get up. Go make yourself soft-boiled egg.
Oh, you don't have to wait that long.
Go back. Finish
You can wait that long, I guess. Anyway, in honor of power moves, have some fighting game questions.
All right.
Usual rules apply. All right, first question. Are you ready?
Yes, but I also just remembered something I want to talk to you about after this.
After the quiz?
Yes.
Okay. First question. This prehistoric game allowed you to eat spectators to gain health.
Primal Rage.
Unfortunately, not the Land Before Time ROM hack. Primal Rage. What episode number do you think that was?
208.
208, Primal Rage, locking it in. That was TADPOG episode 350, Primal Rage.
Okay.
A game that is bad, but I still hold in high regard through sheer nostalgia and love of dinosaurs. Next question. This game is one of my favorite favorite beat-em-ups. Had released on the NES, SNES, and Mega Drive and starred four brothers. That is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters.
Nice.
I don't know what episode number it was.
369.
369. Locking it in as 352 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tournament Fighters. That is a good game.
It is. It really is.
Way better than Power Moves.
Yeah.
Next question. This is a mashup of a fighting game and children's educational show that teaches you typing. Is that Sesame Street
Sesame
Fighter?
Street Fighter.
What episode number do you think that was?
412.
412. Sesame Street Fighter. Locking it in. 412 Sesame Street Fighter.
Yeah, that's like 4.
We need like a chain to pull and confetti like falls down. You want to go ahead and end the show?
Yeah, that's it. We're done. Thanks.
We're free.
Next week we're doing La Mulana, and that's it.
No, in our interviews.
Oh, yeah. All right. Blake's got to fly in, and then we got to do interviews.
Us. Yeah, and then we're done. Next question. This game featured a popular boxer until he went to prison. Has to be Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Yeah. I guess that counts.
I wouldn't call it a fighting game. There's boxing in it.
Yeah.
Is boxing fighting, though?
I mean, yeah. Within certain rules, I guess it could be. So, yeah, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
Is there another game that featured a popular boxer that was like a fighting game, you know?
Vander Holyfield's Street Fighting, but we haven't played that.
Not yet. I think, like, what genre would you put Mike Tyson's Punch-Out in? I guess technically it's a sports game, right? But not really, because it's not like a
It's a puzzle game.
simulation. Yeah, it's almost like it is. It's almost like a boss
It's an action
rush.
puzzle.
Yeah, action puzzler. I don't know. Mike Tyson's Punch-Out's got my vote.
Yep.
What episode number do you think it was?
436.
436, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, locking it in. It is 425, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out. Next question. This game is named after a martial art, but it's so generically named, I can't find details of the game. Has to be Kung Fu.
Ah.
But that's also not a fighting game. That's the first beat 'em up. So
I guess
But
anything
we'll count
where
it.
you would be fighting someone.
but still I'm going to say Kung Fu.
Yeah, Kung Fu. I'm with you.
And that was probably close to Mike Tyson's Punch-Out, right? At both NES games.
I would think so. What was Mike Tyson's Punch-Out again?
425.
It's 432.
432, Kung Fu, locking it in. It is 460, Kung Fu. Next question. This game is basically the result of shaking a toy box and seeing which figure wins. So I don't know if it's Smash Brothers because of a toy box. You know what I mean? Like they're figurines.
Yeah.
But the result of shaking a toy box and seeing which figure wins. There's a lot there. Balls?
Shaking a ball pit and seeing which balls win.
I mean, balls are in a toy box, right?
Yeah.
Dude, we got a lot of balls at our house. And that's not just a Rodney Dangerfield joke from Ladybugs. We literally have. Earlier today, I was like, fuck, man, we got a lot of balls.
Balls in here.
Got like Clementine's got tennis balls. Henry's got he's got a soccer ball. He's got like a big bouncy ball. He's got like a tiny bouncy ball. Got too many balls.
Man. I mean, I think Smash Brothers is a good answer, but that's N64, so that's way before where we are now.
We also did. We did Smash Brothers a couple times.
Beyond. So it'd have to be this the Smash for Switch if it's a Smash game.
I guess, but we also did
shaking characters. To see which one wins.
We also did the Smash Brothers before Switch.
Did we do? We did Melee?
Like a 3DS. No, we didn't do Melee.
Oh, the 3DS.
I think we did Brawl, didn't we? Was it Brawl?
Something like that.
Oh,
yeah.
shit.
Maybe we did the 3DS and then the one for the Wii U. Maybe you're right. So then that makes it even harder to guess what a Smash Brothers game would be. So that's why I don't think it's Smash.
Okay. This game is basically the result of shaking a toy box and seeing which figure wins. Is there another fighting game or beat 'em up
With the spectator mode?
or with toys?
I mean, maybe you're right. Maybe it is balls.
I don't know.
I'm good with go with balls.
All right, the balls. What
Balls
episode number do you
3D.
think? Balls 3D. Yeah. What episode number do you think it was?
477.
477 balls. Locking it in. It is 486 Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. We were on the trail. We were on the trail.
There's so many Smash Brothers games.
Yeah. All right. Next question. This game pits various giant monsters against each other in the best, definitely not a Godzilla game. That's the King of Monsters 2. What episode number do you think that was?
510.
510. Locking it
I feel
in.
like that was a late one.
510. It was later. Yeah, for sure. Because it was definitely after the randomizer. It's when we were recording in the garage prior to the Holland. We were in the octagon.
The blanket octagon.
Yeah. Locking it in. 512.
Yeah.
King of Monsters 2.
Yeah.
Locking it in. It is 521. Just flip. I see what happened. You reached
That's
into
what happened.
Your divination was good.
Slightly off.
But it just, it was slightly off.
I miscleoed it.
Yeah. 521, King of Monsters 2. That was a fun concept for a game.
Mm-hmm.
Next question. This game is a result of a meteor-based apocalypse.
Clay Fighters.
Clay Fighters, yes. All right, locking it. What episode number do you think it was? It was super recent.
548.
Okay, 548 Clay Fighter, locking it in. 548 Clay Fighter.
Yeah.
We're done. We're done.
Got 2.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Just kidding. Next question. This game sounds like it could be a management sim for a construction yard, but it is not. But now I think we even made that joke.
Yeah.
Yeah. Foreman.
Foreman for
real. What episode number do you think it was?
551.
551. Foreman for real. Locking it in. 549. Foreman for real. Next question. I made this joke, so it's great that it's in here. Next question. This game features memorable characters such as Barack 1, Rihanna, and Caveman Tim Allen.
Power
athlete, deadly moves.
Deadly moves.
Episode, and we know what episode it is.
555.
555, because we already looked it up. I have a feeling when Ross listened to this episode, when we referenced earlier us looking up the episode number, he was like, fuck. The thing I set up isn't going to work, where they look like idiots and don't know what episode they're on.
3 of them. Unprecedented.
555 power moves, locking it in. It is it 556? 556 power moves?
Is it really?
Is it?
Maybe.
Is it 556 power moves?
I gotta check and see.
554 was Micro Machines. So this was 555 then.
So Ross is wrong. We corrected your numbers. I can't trust any of the things you number anymore.
All right. I like to think that Ross knew that we were going to look up the episode
He's in
number
another
for
time
this.
zone, so we're already on 556 where he is.
That's how it works. Past the international date line,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. All right, Ross, thank you very much for the quiz. Well done. That was fun. Even on the Smash Brothers thing, I mean, let's face it.
Yeah, I'm with you.
We still appreciate it. Thank you, sir.
Real quick, I do want to mention, because I mentioned both Nerdy Thursday and Experience Grind earlier. Well, Sean from Nerdy Thursday and Kyle from Experience Grind have gotten together and have a show, Animal Talking, about Animal Crossing. So I'll put a link to that in the show notes. It's been put up on Tadpog Nation, but if you like Animal Crossing, you'll like those guys. Please check out their show.
Yep, I've listened to both episodes that are out. I love them. I can't wait for the next one. I just like hearing about Animal Crossing because I've been playing it. I have. Oh, remember when I was like, I can't remember if I mentioned this on mic or off mic last week when we talked, where I was like, I'm afraid to look at how many hours I have in Animal Crossing.
Did you?
Yeah, it's like 140. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I also want to plug of Animal Talking fame, Kyle Collins his band has a 6-song album up on Bandcamp from their band Kentucky Nightmare. So I'll put that track in the show notes. Support our friend Kyle. It's good. I checked it out. I know nothing about music, but hey, I liked it. Even though the band is called Kentucky Nightmare and it was recorded in Tennessee, mixed in Tennessee, written in Indiana, nothing to do with Kentucky. We're just going all around Kentucky, but it's Kentucky Nightmare. But I'll put that link in the show notes.
And I've got a charity stream that I'm going to be part of for a retro block party. We're benefiting Doctors Without Borders, and I'm going to be streaming
maybe that was thunder that we just heard.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It might be a burglar in the octagon.
Yeah, a car is going to burst through over there.
I'm going to be streaming Little Nemo, the Dream Master for NES.
Nice.
And then when I finish that, I'll be playing Paperboy, and I'll be doing that on April 25th from 11 p.m. Eastern American time to 1 a.m. on the 26th. So if you guys could show up for that, that would be awesome. Just look for Retro Block Party on Twitch. Obviously, I'm not going to be the only one streaming. I'm just doing a 2-hour block. But it would be awesome to see you guys, especially those of y'all who hang out on Twitch chat during TADPOG Church.
Oh, yeah.
It's always, I get really nervous about these things, like really, really nervous about these things. So, so much so that usually when I'm asked, I am like, I don't know, man. I kind of like doing my thing on my stream where it's like, I don't have to worry. If I fuck up on my stream, no big deal. You know, I mean, it's a big deal, but it's not the end of the world. If I fuck up on it's like a charity stream, it's like a whole nother like layer of anxiety and all that. So anyway, if you guys want to show up, it'd be really cool to see you. Typically when I see friendly faces and names, I kind of like chill out a little bit.
Yeah.
So
be Dave's Quaalude for Little Nemo.
Yeah, I mean, I'll probably be drinking too. So
perfect. So before we go any further, I'm going to go over here. I'm going to pick up this nice, soft, nerfy, batter-up peripheral for the SNES.
So, suggestion for Nerdy Thursday. Do an episode on Nerf weapons and call it Nerfy Thursday. There you go. It's free. You're welcome.
Perfect. I mean, if you have to be a movie, talk about Star Wars with Nerf herders. But there you go.
There you go. Done.
You're welcome.
You talk about music, talk about Nerf herder.
So I'm going to take this bat, put it on the ground, put my head on it, and then point my no hole in a random direction. Say the prayer we all love to say so much. Keep
going, because I relaxed and forgot to do the thing I'm supposed to do while you pray.
No whammies. No whammies. No whammies. Stop.
461.
Ooh, what are we in? The E's?
461.
461. Not 4 or 61. The T's.
Close. The R's.
The R's.
But technically, we're in the R's technically, but it does start with a T. So there's a hint. It starts with the.
Oh, okay.
But because the list puts it after the fact.
The Real Adventures. Who has some real adventures?
Well, the Ghostbusters do.
The Real Adventures.
They definitely have some real adventures, not with a gorilla. It is kind of close to that.
Yeah.
You're on like as far as like animation goes, you're on the right track. It is. I know you've been waiting a real long time.
Oh shit!
I know you've been waiting a really long time.
Fuck!
I know you're a huge fan. The Ren and Stimpy show, Fire Dogs.
Oh shit! The worst one. Perfect.
I've never played any of the SNES.
I watched this SNES drunk about all the Ren and Stimpy games, and that's the worst one.
All right,
so perfect.
Okay, bring it on. How could an episode? I don't understand. How could a game based on one episode of Ren and Stimpy be bad?
I used to rent and play the shit out of Ren and Stimpy
VDiots.
Yeah.
I never played it, but
I never played Fire Dogs.
I never played any of the Super Nintendo Ren and Stimpy games, just the Game Boy ones.
I've never played. I think I ended up renting that one several times because that was like all there ever was to go.
VDiots.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, we could lump all the Ren and Stimpy games together if you want, because I think there's like 4.
They are super similar, and I think they are not worth.
You want
really
to do all of them?
I think we should do the
whole
series.
Then we're just doing what SNES Drunk does. We got to do what SNES Drunk don't.
So let's get as successful as him.
Let's get as successful as him.
But they are. I mean, we can check out a few, and if you think All right, these are pretty similar. Okay. Then if they're not,
yeah, you watch the video. I have no idea how these play. I'll take your word for it.
They're shitty platforms.
If they all play the same, then let's
club them all together.
Sure. I mean, I can only tell so many Ren and Stimpy stories. I don't know that I could stretch it out over four
games.
episodes.
Yeah.
All right, and it'll help us get through the list faster.
Yeah. Be free of the randomizer, buried in the astral plane.
I'm fine being under the enslavement of the randomizer. I mean, so far the randomizer's been pretty kind to us. I don't want to jinx it by saying what he hasn't given us recently. Yeah. So, I mean, he's not given us good games, but at least they've been like games and genres that I kind of like.
Yeah. Hit the bottom of the barrel. It's like, oh, it's all up from Street Hockey 95.
Ooh, yeah. Well, we'll find a new low. I have a feeling we're gonna find a new low. Street Hockey 95. Enjoy your bottom spot while it lasts.
Well, thanks for listening, everybody. The next episode, some Ren and Stimpy games. At least Fire Dogs.
At least Fire Dogs.
So, if you like our show, sometimes we open packages. So, if you want to send us something, you send that to TADPOG Studios, care of Nicole, Nance, P.O. Box 3785, Paducah, Kentucky 42002.
And we do have a package that is either here in the town we live in or in transit.
Okay, awesome.
I just don't have it yet because that's TADPOG Sweetheart Nicole's P.O. Box, and I have not bothered her about checking it. Just because, coronavirus COVID. And all that. Yeah. So I'm just going to let her do that at her leisure, and then she'll give it to Josh, and then Josh will give it to Nikki, and then Nikki will give it to me.
Perfect.
And then I'll share it with you, Tyler, and the internet.
I love it. I love it so much.
That's how it works.
If you want to call us, you can call us at 270-883-2555. We also have a Facebook page where we post memes and episode announcements. That's just TADPOG. But if you want to get in there with all the dank memes and all the crude bad boy conversations, that's TADPOG.
Real Nicks in there.
Some real
Nicks.
But if you're a good boy, then we have a Discord.
The real Warrens in there.
Some real Warrens.
The daddy Warren, that's me, and all the little Warrens. That's everybody else in Discord. There is an Animal Crossing channel in the Discord, on the Discord server, that is very active. I've made several channels for different games that have come out on the Switch, and it's like none of those channels have been nearly as active as the Animal Crossing channel. So like we set up trades in there. We let, like, if one of us has like good bell prices for the day, we'll post in there. So I know Big Dick Pie Baker Chris Vaughn, I think, hosted a catalog party that was all like organized to the Discord. So it's like if you're playing Animal Crossing and you want to have a good time experience, then check out the Discord. It's bit.ly/TADPOG Discord. That's a question I'm asked a lot. It's like, what's the invite? How do I get an invite to the TADPOG Discord? It's bit.ly/TADPOG Discord.
Sweet. Let's see. We have Twitter and Instagram, TADPOG_podcasts.
It's cucumbersome. We realize.
But hey, you can leave the show a review on iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, Spotify. It's where we all are.
We're on a lot of places.
And if there's a game you want us to play,
we're trying real hard.
You could mention that in the review. And once the randomizer is dead, we will get to that eventually.
Felt good, man.
Yeah.
I haven't come in so long.
But most importantly, I want to thank some people on Patreon.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We do have a Patreon, patreon.com/TADPOG, where a lot of really fucking cool people are supporting us. And I've got a job update. I'm still working. So, and it looks like hopefully that's going to hold on for at least a little bit longer. So, you guys have really been a huge help, and you've been a comfort to me.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate it.
So I know I believe I thanked Demented Lemming and Chris Murray. So I also want to thank Jeffrey Cross. Thank you very much. Big increase. And then, holy fuck, Zeus Laser.
I know, right?
I think you really enjoyed us trying all the Russian beverages.
Zeus is goose.
So thank you very much,
Yeah,
Zeus.
thanks, dude.
I think we have some executive producers. I know we have a new one now.
We do. The show was made in part by our executive producers who donate $20 or more on our Patreon. And those executive producers for this episode are Coronavirus Savior, Cubicle Monkey, Usurper Grim, God Emperor Alex Pena, Cody Phillips, Chase Coburn, Cousin David Galino, Chicks with Dixon, Laud Mulaney Dennis, Zeus Laser, Joseph Phillips, Platinum member Brett Miller, the Eightfold Daniel Abernathy, Master Cycle Baron Kevin Link, Drinksmith Joey Webster, Executive Producer Dig Duggy, Pinball Archmage Chris Edler, and Sandwich Pope Phil Hawkins. Thank you very much. If I listed your name there and you also check out the TADPOG Twitch stream, let me know. I'll set it up so you get like your own sound effect, your custom sound effect that only you can use in the channel. So that was an idea that Grim had that I loved.
It's a very good idea. So. Yeah. Our theme song is Moose by Sycamore Tribe. Link to that track in the show notes at tadpog.com. How would you have to close this one out, Dave?
Man, that's such a good question. So many good options. I think that we should close it out as Anime Hooch.
Anime Hooch.
Anime Hooch.
All right.
Which is also a drink that you can get at many anime conventions. Dude, have you tried the Anime Hooch? It is lit.
AF.
I am a young person and I enjoy anime. Do you?
Hello, young children. Would you like some alcoholic hooch?
My dad likes Cowboy Bebop. Have you heard of that one?
All right. So until next time, Tropical Capricorn. Turner.
Ruff. Oh, you made it. Oh, you took it. You took it a direction. Remember that? You remember that weird movie where Tom Hanks fucked the dog? Man, what if you? Okay,
Castaway.
All right. Hear me out. You get the woman from Big who fucked Tom Hanks as a kid, but now she plays a dog and Turner and Hooch, and now he fucks her.
Perfect.
It's poetry.
Full circle. We like to say in the Hollywood community.
Out of everybody in Hollywood, the person who would be the most disgusted with us is probably Tom Hanks.
or that woman who played, because we don't even say her name. We're just disparaged her.
Do you know it?
No.
All right, I'm gonna look it up. Hey Siri, who's the woman who fucked Tom Hanks in Big? Elizabeth Perkins.
All right.
Thanks, Siri, for knowing how to answer that question.
I've gotten asked that question many, many times. All right. Thanks. See you.
Bye.
Me.
La 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 la. La la la.
Pretty good harmonizing.
That was good. We're pretty good.
As a dual tech.
Way better than the Ghostbusters. All right. So like a Chrono Trigger ROM hack with the Ghost. It's a Ghostbusters game, but it's the Chrono Trigger battle system.
Chrono Trigger battle system on a rhythm game.
What does that have to be a rhythm game? We can just straight up be. They just straight up be.
You play it with the Rock Band mic. You actually have to harmonize the person you're playing it with.
Oh, I get it now. No, I had already gone from that. I was like, yeah, no, it could just be straight up be a Ghostbusters thing. I forgot we talked about harmonizing. No, I like that. A Ghostbusters rock band.
You go, no, you gotta be up here. We can't pull up this triple tech if you don't get up here.
Man, I don't know why they never did like a rock band, like The Office tie-in. Because you could have it like Andy and you could have Scrantonicity. Like, I mean, there's so many opportunities
Rock
there.
Band The Office.
Rock Band The Office. And there was a time where The Office was so successful that, like, it's not completely out of the realm.
If the Beatles can do a rock band, then The Office can do a rock band.
No one's heard of them.
No. No one's watching the Beatles on Netflix.
I'm sorry, did you say the Monkees rock band? Did you say Oasis rock band?
Oasis, also pretty Bush rock band.
hey, lay off Bush. I like 16 Stone. Although I can't name you another album that they did.
I couldn't name you a song.
Really?
I just remember people making fun of Bush when I was in high school.
Making fun of Bush? Oh, in high school? Well, when I was in middle school, they were pretty popular. They were pretty popular in Cedar Rapids. Yeah, pretty popular. In my crowd, at least. Bush and Green Day, and because that was like right around the time Dookie came out. And Nirvana, of course.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
Oh, man.
I've heard of them.
Yeah, Nirvana was really good. But, man, I know Kurt Cobain, like, It's not great that he died.
And then Dave Grohl left the group, and that was just it.
Dave Grohl's a talented dude. I don't love the Foo Fighters, but there are a couple Foo Fighters songs where it's like, yeah, okay. What I love is when he like plays the devil in Tenacious D or something, you know? Like, that's what I love.
Like personality Dave Grohl more than musician Dave Grohl.
And I'm not saying he's a bad musician. It's just like, because obviously he's a good musician, but it's like, I feel like the Foo Fighters is a lot more poppy and polished than like Nirvana was.
Yeah.
I mean, they're also way more financially successful than Nirvana. I'm willing to bet.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like Dave Grohl. Yeah, totally. Just not a big Foo Fighters guy. I can name you one Foo Fighters song and maybe like mumble another one.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Because
I might be able to mumble one.
There's Hero or There Goes My Hero.
There's what, Sergeant Mary. Sergeant Mary.
Is that one?
Watch him as he goes.
That's funny because that's like the one that I was gonna. That's Hero, I think. That's Hero, I think. And then
there goes my hero.
Yeah.
Sergeant Mary.
And I think the other one goes. How does it go? Don't know the lyrics at all.
You got me on that.
But it's like. It's like okay. So yeah. I mean, people like it.
A little bit.
People like it. Look, nothing against the Foo Fighters. Maybe I need to like
because like that was that Hero was like the Varsity Blues theme or some shit.
Oh,
like
was
that.
it really?
I think so.
Ugh, man.
Or it was on the Varsity Blues soundtrack.
That movie. I hated.
You like Varsity Blues?
I hated that fucking movie.
I like Varsity Blues.
I don't want your life.
Hell yeah, James Vanderbeek.
Horrible. I hated it. I saw it in the theater and I was like, fuck, man, this is so fucking bad. I hope I get a hand job at the end of this.
I mean, Melissa and I saw it in the theater together, and then 20 years later, she had the whipped cream bikini for me. So yeah.
Man, I hated that movie so much. So dumb. Little Giants is so much better.
Well, I didn't say it wasn't. You're right. Little Giants is much better.
I'm just saying, as far as like football movies go.
Devin Sawa, Icebox, Rick Moranis, Ed O'Neill. Yeah, no, you're right. Much better.
As far as football movies go.
Probably the best football movie.
The Little Giants, and then right below it, Necessary Roughness.
Never seen that.
Kathy Ireland's in it. That's really all that I remember about it. I remember renting it because, I remember like not begging my mom to rent it, but we were at the video store and like I definitely wanted her to rent it. And it wasn't like, please, let's rent it. It was like, oh, this looks cool, doesn't it? Oh, this looks like a funny movie. This sounds like a funny movie.
This Kathy girl, she's like a big comedian. She's really funny.
Yeah. She's from the UK, I think.
See, she does all these funny Irish accents, so they call her Kathy Ireland.
Yeah, give us your Southern Ireland. Hi, okay. Hi, I'm from Southern Ireland.
All right, let's do a podcast.
All right, let's do it.
That's a good
6-minute stinger. Yeah. Oh no, don't stretch it. We did good, not that good.